Welcome to Health Authority TV. My name is Devin DeVries. I'm the editor-in-chief of Health Authority Books, and our mission here at Health Authority TV is to bring together a community of health business experts, find out what's currently happening in their world, and also look to the future possibilities. Our guest this week is Christine Slocumb, author of Stop Starvation Marketing. She's an exit advisor at the Whisper Group. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Devin. So glad to be here.
It's wonderful to have you. To start us off, we'd love to know, who do you serve as a health authority?
I'm really committed to helping life sciences and healthcare companies bring their groundbreaking and life-saving therapies, systems, technology to our care systems. And I've spent the past 25 years helping them do that through growth marketing and communications to gain traction, gain visibility within a very complex space as the head of an agency. And that's why I wrote Stop Starvation Marketing, because it gives those leaders within the innovative companies power moves to be able to grow their companies.
Thanks. And can you speak a little more on what the services you provide to those groups are?
Yeah, so for the past 25 years, was in that marketing space. I have now exited agency life and have moved on to helping those companies get the funding that they need. Because marketing within the healthcare and life sciences space is extremely expensive. And often folks who start companies within this space have no idea how much money they're going to need to get things off the ground, breakthrough traction. I'm married to a retired physician, and the amount of direct marketing he gets, both digital, postal mail, everything is astounding, right? And so you really, really have to have a pretty large number, and it's like 250 to 350,000. And when people sometimes hear that, they're like, "Whoa." You just can't like put out your shingle and expect people to come. It does take an omni-channel marketing approach these days to get the word out. So I'm helping folks do that through merger and acquisition right now to get them the funding that they need. Sometimes that's getting capital in. Sometimes that's exiting and staying on within the new organization to then have the resources that you need to be able to break through.
Nice. Yeah, and I know your book has a lot of great tips and advice on how that marketing world works, especially in the health tech and those kind of areas. So we'll make sure we have a link in the show notes for people that want to check it out. Stop Starvation Marketing. Um, but now we'd like to switch gears a little bit and go to our conversation, this broader conversation we're having with the community. And so, based on kind of your experience as a health business authority, how do you think we can redesign America's healthcare system?
Such a softball question. It's such a tricky one because it's a complex environment, as everyone knows. But I'm going to be bold today. And I'm going to say that we have to completely reimagine healthcare, not just tweak it. And people are going to say, "Oh, Chris, oh my goodness, that's, such a behemoth of an aircraft carrier to move around." But I gotta say, like, we're already spending billions of dollars and not getting the results that we want. So why don't we spend billions of dollars and make a difference? We can't think incrementally anymore. And I'm a technologist and a bit of a futurist, so I'm going to throw in some technology in here, but I'm also going to throw in care, being married to a clinician in here. We don't have an innovation problem in this country. We have a structural and adoption problem because there's a lot of bureaucratic bloat and there's a lot of gates in the way to get innovation into market, right? There's 12 to 20 people at a health system who are deciding on every single purchase. Unless even the tiny ones, I was going to say unless it's really tiny, but I think even the tiny ones have a committee, right?
Right.
And so how do we get innovation to market quickly? And those innovations, I think, could really, really help. We saw during COVID that telehealth exploded.
Yeah.
And now that's been pulled back because people do want to see their providers. But the reality is, we do not have enough providers in this country for the aging population and to keep up with it, right? So I would say get some type of care versus no care. And if that care can be telehealth or AI powered innovation to help in healthcare deserts, we have to look to those solutions. Um, we have to get the speed of innovation up and some of the regulatory hurdles not done away with, but sped up so that it's safe, but we get adoption to market quicker. And we need things like remote patient monitoring. We have the ways to do, like, if you are just in the general healthcare space and you have a Fitbit, you have the Aura ring I'm wearing, there's lots of tools out there that can do remote patient monitoring, but we need to bring those into adoption within the clinical care setting so that we can have proactive ways to treat folks versus everything being reactive and once people are really, really sick in there. So my advice is we have to break that cycle of stagnation and we have to think radically on how we're really going to change things in order to make a difference for care in this country with an aging population combined with the complexities of all the new technology that's coming on board now.
Nice. I like that. I think bold bold is probably where we're heading. I think we might be very close to one of another major shift in just human progress.
I'm
Uh,
hoping so. I just read an article today where a patient was diagnosed with a really bad diagnosis on rare disease and said he was given 4 months to live. And his girlfriend contacted a clinician in Philadelphia and he ran some models through AI, and AI came up with a life-saving therapy for him, and he's thriving today. So there's
it's
that.
amazing. Yeah, and I think, when you're talking about the Aura ring and that stuff, we're seeing people taking taking their health, and trying to bring that a little more into their own control and being more aware of what's going on and trying to be more proactive, which are all things that could benefit because I think the biggest challenges come when you wait too long. When you wait when it's already, your stage 2, 3, 4 before you get a diagnosis, and then your survival rates go way down for, that's just taking cancer as an example, but I think the more we can move people upstream to get ahead of these things, and the technology sounds like it's going to help a lot with that.
Yeah, and I think people know their own bodies, not to get too woo-woo, but we know, right? And if we really listen to those signals,
Yeah.
but we have maybe some tech, maybe some data to support, like, hey, I'm not just feeling right, but clinicians often don't know what to do with something like that. If it doesn't come back in a test as positive, or it doesn't, they're just like, I don't know, you got long COVID, or you have this, or right. But
Yeah.
if we're starting to bring in data that helps support people's feelings about knowing their own bodies and systems, then I think that's a really powerful combination that we could give clinicians a way to understand what people are feeling because there's data behind it. It's not just Susie feels bad, today.
Right. Well, great. Well, we want to keep this conversation going. So, for our listeners, we'd love to hear your thoughts, any ideas you have, and have this become a broader conversation. If we can all work together, what can we do to change the world? So, thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time to talk with us today. Again, please check out her book, Stop Starvation Marketing. A lot of really great information in there. And until next time, may you be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Thank you, Devin.